Alright guys, I hope you liked the little compilation of Puff. That was everything we kind of did with it, and a lot of the footage, not all of it, but it was a good amount. I wanted to keep it short, just so I could explain really quick that that truck, the F250, aka Puff the Magic Dragon, is completely gone, and he's not coming back. I sold it to CarMax, and then it went off to auction that next Monday after that, so it's gone. I pretty much had to get rid of it. I should have got rid of it a lot sooner. But I didn't. It was a huge money pit, and I'm not even talking about build-wise, I'm talking about maintenance-wise. It broke all the time, and if you guys watched the last few videos about it, about putting the turbo in and all that, it was not easy to work on, so it was expensive to have work done. It was expensive to work on it even yourself. I mean, it was ridiculous, and thousands of dollars went into keeping that thing alive, and so I couldn't build it. And since I couldn't build it, I couldn't make really consistent content on it, which caused 2020 to be kind of lacking for the channel, and also COVID and a few other things going on, all that. It was a cool truck and it looked awesome and it was so much fun to drive and all these things, but it wasn't really a good truck to have for the channel. It is completely gone. And maybe one day I'll do a Puff 2, a part 2 of a Puff build where I redo it, who knows. And so now we are tasked with what to do next. So I have a build coming to the channel, and it's pretty much already here. Which is going to mean a lot of cool consistent content coming up, and a lot of you are going to like what this truck is, and a lot of you are not going to like it. If you guys saw the last video on the channel, then you know you saw the little teaser trailer to the video, to the build coming up. That video will come out tomorrow. So today is April 5th, 2021. This video is coming out on that date. Tomorrow night, that video of the reveal of the new build on the channel is coming out. So if you guys are watching this, make sure to subscribe or hit the notification bell. I'd really appreciate if you guys did that. And catch that video tomorrow, and then you'll see what we're building and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna add something else into this video because I just realized that there's some work that needs to be done on the Raptor. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And why not just throw it into this video? So if you guys watch the videos on the Raptor, then you know that we did interior lights on it. Well, I never really finished the wiring. As you guys can see, there's this wire hanging out. I need to cut it, run it through here, splice it back together so then it can be hidden. It's not gonna be too easy because this all has to come apart to do it, and I need to go on ahead and do it. Also, this is the ground wire for the whole system, and it came undone. So, you know, there's some issues with the truck not starting, so I was just checking all my wiring and undid this wire. Truck's been sitting for like days. I'll explain why. But, so we need to run this wire back to the ground point. Also, I just realized this like literally 5 seconds ago. There's a nail in the tire, so I'll probably, you know, this isn't my truck. If you guys know, this is my dad's truck. I just made content on it because it's here, why not? But the truck that's over there is mine. But yeah, so I'll probably call him and see what he thinks about that nail in the tire, see what he wants to do. But the truck wasn't starting the other day, and it had plenty of power, and it seemed like it wasn't getting fuel and stuff, so I was like, oh, the fuel filter's probably clogged. Then I found out that these things have lifetime fuel filters. You never change them. You can't even really change them. They're inside of a containment unit for the fuel filter, inside the fuel pump, inside the gas tank. So they're extremely difficult to change. That's why they're lifetime filters. So I realized it wasn't that. So I started looking around and I found out the fuse was blown. And I don't know why it was blown. It was a fuse for the whole fuel pump assembly. So that's why it wouldn't start. It wasn't getting any fuel. So then I just changed out the fuse and it started right up. So I think it's over with. I don't know. It's kind of weird that fuse blew. I don't know why, but so it started right up. So what we're gonna do is finish up that wiring real quick on the Raptor, and then yeah, the Raptor will be all taken care of and ready to go on the road. So I'm sitting here thinking about it, trying to figure out how to do it. So it goes under this and it goes to that side. That's why there's a wire right here, because it has to connect the control module right here, and then to that side to the other lights. So I'm thinking this panel just needs to come out, because I actually have wires under it that I just tucked under it that are hidden there. You can kind of see one right there that's tucked in there. If I take this one out, I can probably separate these temporarily, run the wire behind them, put it in there, and then run it back here. And then I won't really even have to splice it. I should be able just to run it through if I give it some more slack, which will be really, really nice. And then also I need to pull the computer off. I say computer, it's a little tiny module about this big that controls all the lights, and I need to dim them down a little bit because they are very, very, very bright. So it should be kind of easy. Hopefully it'll go well. I was sitting here wondering how to get it off, and I just literally did that. And then it just, so that's how you get, okay, wow, that's really easy to go. Oh my gosh, if I would have known about this the entire time, oh my gosh, that would have made everything so much easier on the wiring. Are you kidding me? I didn't take this tiny little piece off. So stupid. Oh, I'm so mad at myself right now for not just doing that in the first place. So guys, I split, you guys can see the split right here. I split that in between, and I'm gonna like tuck the wire deep in, which it's really narrow, so it's hard to do, and then I'll split it back in. Well, I guess it's not split it, I'll clamp it back in. I took off this piece too to open things up. And then once I get the wire in there, I'll run it down here. You guys can see that other wire. Then I'll just go up there and it'll all be tucked away and nice. And I don't really have to splice any of it. I can probably get more slack on this. Well, I'll have just enough slack, I think, once I get it through here. I just keep discovering ways that I could have wired this all so much better. I could have just gone under there. I could have just gone through all those wires. Like, what the heck? Why didn't I just... Ugh. The thing that's annoying about Fords is pieces don't go back on the same way. So I have to pull this thing up, put this thing on, and then drop it down instead of just snap this in. It's really, really annoying. But yeah, Fords are really annoying. Which, I don't really have a Ford anymore, so I don't really have to deal with it. But my dad still has a Ford. But Raptors are really, really cool. So, nothing wrong with Raptors. I mean, Raptors are really reliable trucks. But, okay, is it all in? Cool. Okay, you guys see any wires? It's all snapped in. It's all fitted well. These are the natural gaps of the Raptor, and that's really, really annoying. It was like that before I started. You guys can see the wire right there. I'm gonna tuck them up a little bit better, but I am gonna take kind of the module out to redo it. So now, all I gotta do is wire that wire that's down there in, and I should be done. All right guys, so the wiring is done. Also, the interior lights are wired to the outside lights. You know, it's bright outside, so you can't see the lights are on the outside, but you guys can see the inside lights are on. Man, this needs to be cleaned.
And is reminding you that 911 assist is set to off.
Shut up. So, you know, it's wired to this auxiliary switch right here. And they don't look that bright because it's daytime, but I am going to dim them down because when nighttime rolls around, that's going to be way too bright. So I thought this dial on the side was for dimming them down, but it turns out that's for sound, because you can set these things to react to sound. Okay, so you can't dim them down. Okay, that's a little annoying. Well, I think they're a little bit dimmer on this setting, but not much. Well, okay, well, time to put everything back together, and then we'll be done. So the fuse box is right here, and the fuse that blew was this 20 right here. That's the fuel one, and it looks fine. I'm gonna go in ahead and do a startup, because I've only started it once since I replaced that fuse, and I just want to make sure that everything is going to, that fuse isn't going to blow, and that everything's fine. Also, I'll start it so you guys get to hear the chorus of the exhaust, because you've probably heard it. If you've watched the channel, you've definitely heard it, because I show clips of it all the time, but it just sounds so good. The wiring is completely done. All the lights are all in order and all that. Everything's wired how it should, and it's much better. No exposed wires, and then now it's starting just fine because I fixed that fuse. I didn't film that because it's just a fuse. So everything seems to be working well in the Raptor. Now we just need to figure out the AC stuff. So I'm going to be calling probably an AC shop like tomorrow or something like that, and then having it taken care of and getting the AC fixed, because here in Florida, you have to have AC. I mean, it's Florida. It gets, in the summertime, it gets past 100 degrees. So, you know, you have to have AC. Really, this video was about the F250. It was supposed to be, you know, but I ended up making a Raptor video, I guess. Just figured I'd put a little bit extra into the video. But with that being said, if you would subscribe, I would really, really appreciate it. It really makes a big difference on the channel. And we have a lot of cool content coming up. I mean, it won't hurt to subscribe. It's free. So go on ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell, browse the rest of the videos, and I'm out.